Hello my friends, Mikkel Rena here. If this is your first time joining me, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. So in today's video, I am going to be adding some gold leaf paint to an adorable little wooden rocking horse that I just picked up from HomeSense. Now, this little rocking horse, there were two different versions of it in the store. So both were rocking horses. Both styles were hand carved with the exact same pattern on them. It kind of looked sort of like henna or a mandala sort of pattern, like that sort of detailing. But one version of the horse, one version had no wood stain in the embellishing, like in the carvings, but it did have sort of like a gold paint in the larger patches of the carving. Like, so it kind of looks like the horse's saddle basically. So in the larger patches of the saddle had gold paint. And then the other version of the horse, it looked like they completely sanded off or tried to sand off as much of the gold paint as possible. So you couldn't really see the gold. There was just very little bit of it remaining, but within the carving, the carvings on that style, they use like a dark gray stain, so the carvings really popped. So I was really torn because the other thing is they were all made out of wood. It looks like they're made out of mango wood, and each horse was different. So I sat there for about 20 minutes on the floor and I lined up the horses trying to decide which one I wanted. So I love the gold, I love the way that it looked, but I felt like it was missing something. Like I felt like the wood stain between the carvings on the other one stood out more. So what I started to try to calculate was, if I took this home, would it be easier for me to add gold paint to the larger patches or add Maui sand, which is a chalk paint that I use over and over again. If you watch my channel, you'll see me use it. I love that color. It's a super dark gray. So would it be easier for me? Which would be easier? If I took the horse home, one of the horses home, and either added gold paint, or would it be easier if I added you know, the Maui sand to all those little details? Well, obviously it would be easier to add the gold paint. So I chose one of the horses that had no gold paint, or the gold paint almost completely sanded off, and then the dark stain within the detailing. So last night I used my liquid gold leaf paint. I purchased that on clearance from Michael's many years ago, but I'm sure you can find something comparable. But this paint is phenomenal. It has really strong fumes. I'll share more about that like during the video, but it turned out so gorgeous. So that's what I'll be doing in this video, is painting the other side now of the horse. Last night I did the first side to see how it would turn out, and I couldn't stop myself because it looked so awesome. I am not going to take credit for that. I mean, it's the people who hand carved it. I just added paint to it and it just absolutely popped with the dark stain in the carvings. And yeah, perfect combo. So I do that a lot. You'll see me do that on my channel. You'll see me buy things and then I'll add a button, add a bell, add some ribbon, add a bow. Like, that's just the way that I do things. That's how I personalize things. There are a lot of things out there that, you know, I really like, and just to help them kind of fit into my space and go with what I've got, I'll just add this or that to it. And some things I get lucky enough where they already blend in nicely, fit in perfectly into my space. But yeah, so that's what we'll be doing in this video, and I thought I'd share as much detail with you as possible before I get started. But how about we just get started? All right, let's go. Okay, my friends, so here is the wooden horse that I chose, and I did confirm it actually is made out of mango wood. You can see some gold detailing here. I'm filming in the evening, so it's kind of dark and gloomy outside, but you can still see that there's some gold like I said, it looks as though it's been sanded off, and then you can see sort of like a dark gray in the actual crevices, or like the actual carvings themselves, to make the pattern pop. So that's why I chose this one. I loved it because to do that kind of detailing myself would be so hard, but it would be much easier to just add the gold to this piece. So I'm going to be using this gold leaf paint that I found at Michael's on clearance years ago, and it's a liquid gold leaf. This stuff is next level. I mean, if you like Rust-Oleum gold spray paint, this is even better. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. It's so shiny. It's just a stunning paint, and you'll see it go on here. So all I'm doing is just shaking the bottle just to make sure everything's mixed very nicely. And you're going to use a paintbrush that you feel comfortable with. Now, truth be told, I cannot draw. So a lot of the crafts that I do, I accessorize, I embellish, I personalize, and I also make things with my hands. But painting and drawing are challenging for me. Like, I can fill things in like you're about to see me do here, or I have a steady enough hand to, like, you know, paint, but not necessarily like pictures of things. So I'm also left-handed, so that used to really confuse my grandmother when I was growing up and we'd be cooking or crafting. She would always tell me that my leftiness was confusing her, because she'd look at me doing things and just, she said it would like confuse her brain. But anyway, so if you're watching my videos and things kind of look awkward, it might be because I'm left-handed and then you're right-handed, so it looks like things are mirror image or backwards. But I am left-handed, so I'll sometimes go left to right or right to left. It just depends on whatever it is I'm doing. My brain kind of does the transition for me. It's not something I think about, I just do automatically. But here I'm just applying the liquid gold leaf, and instantly you can see the difference, right? Like, look how bright that is. It is so phenomenal. This is like painting with gold gilding or like metal leaf. It's next level. I don't know, I don't think Michael sells it anymore, but I'm pretty sure you'd be able to find gold leaf paint either on Amazon, Hobby Lobby. Maybe Michael's has something similar in stock, but this stuff is amazing. You would have to use it in a well-ventilated area though, because it does have a really strong smell. So here I'm just going in, and basically it's kind of like a coloring book. I'm just filling in. You don't need any sort of skill to do this. As far as painting or drawing, you just kind of need a really steady hand and a paintbrush that you feel comfortable with, and that's about it.
Okay, my friend, so here's our little horsey. I already did the other side last night, but look how lovely this turned out. And here is our finished product. I've got him on our buffet slash bookcase from IKEA, and I love, love, love this addition to our Christmas decor collection.